30 days on the road. 30 days on the road. Oh, yeah. Woo. All right, all right, all right. Hey. All right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah. Woo.
All right, it is Friday, July 21st, and got some decent sleep and driving to Foster and Cicero to get a quick workout and shower, and I'm going to try to head to Northwestern. One little snafu, I got my low tire icon on. It looks like the tires are there's nothing flat. This happened earlier in the trip. I might have some kind of a slow leak or something going on. I don't know. But I'm going to try to find a place, gas station, where I can got a machine to fill up the tires. So that's the next move right now. Get these tires full and then get a quick workout and shower and then head towards Evanston, Illinois. That's what I'm going to try to get up to today, God willing. Filled the tires. The rear tires were down. The front tires are fine. I don't know. It could have been when I took that, hit that speed bump or something. It flopped down, or I don't know. Who knows? But traffic is already getting snarled and backing up. Here it's only 2 p.m. I do actually have to do laundry too, and so it won't be, hopefully that expressway going north won't be too bad. It usually isn't until about 4. So, but I'll have to get that workout in real quick. Got to get a shower. And anyway, yeah, I'm going to be getting on the highway to get to Foster. My schedule's running kind of tight if I want to get everything done I need. I forgot about the laundry. Hopefully I can get to that today. I need it. But yeah, I'm leaving the LA Fitness here, Foster. The exit here just leads right onto the highway, so I'll be on the highway north. I should be in Evanston in 10-15 minutes. It's about 2:45 p.m. And I was planning to meet Joe for some Korean food. He wanted to go to Korean, and since he's been putting me up and being a gracious host, as gracious as Joe can be, I would definitely. I'm definitely a big fan of Korean food too, so we might go to our usual haunt, Chicago Kalbi, if they're open. But anyway, I'm getting on the highway now. I'm gonna get off, I think, at Old Orchard, and that'll take us past a couple interesting landmarks, you might say. I'll talk about them when we get up there. Unanticipated heavy traffic here heading up the Eden's 94, I-94. It's the same way we got up to Dr. Cause, that studio in Northbrook, earlier in the month. And yeah, it's I'm not sure if there's any real construction back up here or anything, but it's moving a lot slower than I figured it would. I know it is a Friday, but usually this highway doesn't do this, but maybe it does nowadays. You never know on a Friday in a big city. Now it's starting to move. Yeah, but it was bad from Peterson past Tui. So for about a half a mile it was bad. Looks kind of heavier than usual in and down too. Anyway, we're making our way. Just to take a quick ride through Evanston, Illinois, and maybe get to the laundry. Exciting day. But anyways, tonight's going to be great. We should have a fun jam and send off from Chicago tonight. Yeah, I had Dempster exit here, and then I think, the next one should be Old Orchard, so we'll be exiting soon, and then it'll take a few minutes to get into Evanston and pick you up there. Okay, exited here, Old Orchard Road. I'm going to take a right over here. Ow! Damn. Yeah. All right. Westfield Old Orchard. I don't know what that means. Old Orchard is a mall area here. Just Bloomingdale's, all those Nordstrom, all those fancy stores. Residential to the left as you get off. And I don't think this is Evanston yet. No, it isn't. I don't think. This is probably still Skokie. I don't know. I get confused. But I know when I get into Evanston where I'll be at. This is Route 41. This will eventually, Skokie Boulevard, as it gets into the city, turns into Lincoln Avenue. And down into Lakeshore Drive, I believe. And heading south. Of course, you can always check my work. See if I'm lying to you or not. But, yeah. Not sure if this clip will be exciting enough to put in the movie, but we'll find out as I get rolling here. Yeah. As I recall, I think my old friend Leisha, may she rest in peace, lived in that back, would have been to the left there. And Scott, her husband Scott, who's still around with us. And we got a cemetery to the right, golf course to the left. Pretty typical suburbia. I'm remembering things here. I have to turn up Grosse Pointe to get up to Central. It's a different Central Avenue. Runs east-west. I actually could have got off at Dempster to get into Evanston and get into the university, but there's a couple, three places I want to point out in this video going past here. We will eventually pass the stadium, the Northwestern football stadium. It used to be called Dyke Stadium back in the day, and they renovated it, and it's been recently called Ryan Field. I don't know if it's going to stay that because they're renovating it again. And I'm not sure if the team's playing there this year or not. We'll see where they're at with that. And I'll turn here. Now I'm on Central. This is a kind of a main drag that gets into Evanston. So. And this is also not too far up here on the left would be where we used to always pick up the equipment from Ken Arlen's garage. So I made this trek many, many times back in the late 90s when I was working as a head sound engineer for the Ken Arlen Orchestra. That's where Ken lived. And Ken is someone that you'll also hear playing on my recordings. The Thunderbolts releases, plays sax and recorder. Yeah, he was up a little ways here. I think past the next light. That's kind of where Ken used to. Was it Ewing? I think it was Ewing. That's the street right here to our left. I think it was in there, if I'm not mistaken. And we got a bit of a stretch here. It's moving pretty good, so we should be pretty close. There's also a music store I want to stop by too, an old school music store in Evanston here. I'm going to make this light. Yeah. I think that's coming up Green Bay Road area. Green Bay Road kind of runs up along metro tracks, heading north through the North Shore. We refer to North Shore kind of like a lot of the Wilmette, Winnetka, Highland Park, of course, where the tragedy that happened earlier in the month, 4th of July weekend. Here we are in a bunch of shops. This is where I'm going to try to pull over at the end of this long block here. And that's where that music store is at. Let's just pop in and say hi and see if I can do that. So this is a nice little area here. We got a bunch of small shops and independent stores and stuff around this area. Parking lot here, of course, the Chase Bank. But that's Green Bay Road at the light over there. So Green Bay at Central in Evanston. And I guess you consider this the northwest side of Evanston. We're going into this place on the corner here. It's called Hog-Eye Music. And it looks like he's open. I'm going somewhere that's open. Great. And we're kind of like 1922 Central is Hog-Eye Music. So if you're viewing this, if you're north side of Chicago, whatever, this is your place that you want to go to. He does repairs and he sells a lot of acoustic instruments. And yeah, so we'll go in and I'm going to at least talk to him. We are Hog-Eye Music, and we got fiddles hanging here. He's got all kinds of different acoustic instruments, ukuleles, mandolins, assortment of acoustic guitars, and he's even got a stand-up double bass. This is the place to shop. He's got a bunch of strings and everything else here. So just support your local and support independent people. And right here, just it's unassuming right on the corner here, 1920 Central in Evanston, Illinois. He also has a nice, good selection of different kinds of songbooks and stuff. Woody Guthrie, John Prine, Hank Williams. He's got Irish session tune books, blues. Leo Kottke, that'd be an interesting one. One of those tabs for him. The folk song fake book. Wow, that's an interesting one. Oh, there it is. I'm trying to frame these things. Sometimes I think I'm pointing in the right direction, but I'm not. And then over here, move this back, the folk songs of North America. And then Johnny Cash, Ian McCall, Beach Boys. Okay, so you've got a bunch of stuff here. Music of the Baroque. I did not break it. I think that was Marx Brothers or somebody emulating Marx Brothers. Renaissance too, but look at all this stuff. John Sebastian. Okay. Yeah, it's a good place just to kind of browse and maybe pick up one of these books. Guild 12-string. I used to have one of those. In fact, I got the Guild now, but he's got this 12-string. Is that 12-string? Are you selling that, or is it a repair? It's a repair. I kind of figured. I kind of repaired it. That's a classic. I used to have one, and I sold it to Ray Augustine. You remember Ray? I don't know if you remember him.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, he was a harmonica player. He died quite a few years ago, but he used to play with us a lot. And he'd come out to my open mic, and he saw my 12-string, and he always wanted to have one, and he said, "I'll buy it." And I needed money, so that's how that happened. And see, I'm on the other. I'm on the other side of Green Bay Road. I'm going to cross the street here. I'm going to this place here. Let's tailgate. I go here whenever I can, whenever I pass by this area. They'll have various sports stuff. What do you call it? Merchandise for all of the Chicago teams, and obviously Evanston here. You got Northwestern University. It's the main thing is the official merchandiser of Northwestern athletics. They usually have a lot of stuff on the cutout racks. So I like that. I always like that flag. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Anyway, we're going to go in. All right. Sir, great to be in your place. I love your place. Let's tailgate.
Much.
Yeah.
Go Cats.
Yeah, go Cats, man. So anyway, what's your name?
Dave.
Dave. Okay, Dave. When did you guys open?
The fall of '96.
The fall of '96. Okay.
26 years now.
Yeah, I've been coming here for quite some time. I remember, and you got stuff from all the Chicago teams. I'm just gonna pan around. We got the hats here, all the Bear style, all the Cub style, and what else you got?
My sign. Most important thing in the store.
Oh, your son.
Sign.
Oh, your sign. Sweet Home Chicago sign?
No, one above it.
The shoplifting will be sent to South Bend.
There you go.
Okay, all right. I like that one.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all right. Are we playing Notre Dame this year?
Not in football.
Not in football.
They
Okay.
usually play in lacrosse and softball.
Gotcha.
For sure. They may play tennis and some of the Olympic sports.
Yeah, if we go, I'm going to keep going down here and kind of show people. It's like a great selection of hats. Obviously, every Northwestern hat you could think of, and like a lot of good Cubs, Bears, and you got socks or not? You do White Sox?
There's one on the top shelf.
Above. Oh, I see. I got it. And, yeah.
Then there's some on the lower shelf.
Right. So you got a huge selection. So if any kind you want here. So, and obviously we get the T-shirts, and we got White Sox, Bulls, Cubs, of course, and baseball, and flags. Coming over the other side, there's sweatshirts and blankets. They got a really nice selection of little, like, oddball merchandise stuff, like these little cups and shot glasses, and stickers and buttons and pennants. How about an oven mitt? Northwestern Wildcat oven mitt or pot holder. Some socks. Okay, everything. Yeah. For the kiddies. For cold weather, they got the hats. Yeah. So anyway, this is Let's Tailgate. And what's the address here?
1807 Central.
1807. 1807 Central. Come see Dave at 1807 Central. And your hours are?
10:30 to 5.
10:30 to 5, 6 days?
Yeah.
6
Sunday,
days.
11 to 3.
And 11 to 3 on Sundays. Okay. Come on by and visit. And again, and passing the stadium, here's Mustard's Last Stand. I'm going to stop at Mustard's Last Stand, which is right next door to the stadium, Ryan Field, right here. Oh, let me see if I can beat this guy. Oop. I don't know. There was a guy trying to come out there, so traffic's crazy a little bit here. But I'm going to get into Mustard's Last Stand. And here we go. Mustard's Last Stand. It's kind of, it was in the I think it was in the hot dog movie that they had. Somebody made a movie, a hot dog. Everybody makes movies about something. Anyway, here we are. One time I was here, there's the facility for workout for the players, and that the what do you call it, the indoor facility and all that's in the back over there. There's the you can see Ryan Field. Zoom out again. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just making a movie. That's all. And this place needs to be in the movie because it's. I'm coming through Evanston. If you're coming through Evanston and you're making a movie about Chicago and Evan, you know.
I met her stuff. Yeah, I don't know. My sister.
Okay.
Her over there.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you. Oh, well, family. I'm honored that I came at a time when family's here. My name's Mark. You're Eileen. This is Eileen talking to Eileen. One of the family, and you are? Darlene. Okay. All right, and their picture is on the wall. So they're world famous here in Evanston. Right next to Ryan Field. And down the block from the Let's Tailgate. I was just over at Let's Tailgate. What's that?
The Lighthouse Beach.
The White House Beach. The Lighthouse Beach. Okay, I haven't been to the Lighthouse Beach. So I might have to do that. But first I'm going to have one. I have to have one. Ah, okay. Yeah, this will actually be. I'm on this intermittent fasting thing, so this is breakfast for me. Yeah, kind of.
Where are you guessing from?
Well, I live in Houston, but I'm originally from Chicago. So, yeah, I'm just making. And I decided this trip I come up often. And I'm out for 30 days this time. I'm a musician playing bars and little music venues and things like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's what I do for a kind of a living. You can kind of make a living out of it, but I'm always been a big Northwestern fan. I've got buddies that worked at the school for years, and I lived on the north side. Never went to school there. I interviewed, but I couldn't afford it. So, but anyway, so I like to still follow the football team. All right. Well, nice talking to y'all.
You too, Mark.
And I'm going to order a hot dog.
Might as well, right?
Yeah, might as well. That's where I'm here. Everything on it. And does it come with fries?
We have a combo with fries and drink over there, combo number 1.
Oh, combo. You know what? And I better not because I'm going to eat early dinner. Just give me a hot dog and I want a soda though too.
Okay, you want for here to go?
I'll eat it right here. So just yeah, is the soda? You pour it? Yeah, give me a diet soda.
You can ask the register by the time you pay.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
You want everything?
Everything.
Chicago style?
Yeah.
Yeah, or the Marine Corps.
Right now, I don't have them. I got another company.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I still bargain with the other Marines. Okay. All right.
Here's some of the memorabilia on the wall. This is Northwestern Wildcats, 1949 Rose Bowl champions.
Double cheeseburger, sin cebolla.
That's a nice one. I like that. Rose Bowl champs in 1949. So a lot of obviously Northwestern stuff, some Cubs.
Sir, here's your
Yes. Okay, gotcha.
What size of it?
Forgot to take a picture and I already took a bite out of it. Anyway, we get an idea. That's what Mustard's Last Stand with everything. More peppers are in there. Nice good sized chunk of tomato. All right. Devoured that hot dog. I guess that was breakfast, actually. It's first thing I've eaten. Eaten. But I think I should take some of my meds because I haven't taken those in a while. I've been thinking about it. But that's what I'm going to do. And then move on to past the university and get through. We'd probably just drive through. And I've got to get back into town. It looks like a biker gang pulled up here heading into Mustard's Last Stand here. pretty rough group. Anyway, yeah, leaving Mustard's last stand out at the try to get across traffic here. I'm doing so. And so, yeah, we're going to head towards the university. Okay, we crossed Ridge Avenue, still on Central in Evanston. This is, Evanston's a lot like in Oak Park in the way that it is a city that developed on its own, independent of Chicago, you might say. It's old enough where it wasn't a suburb. That's basically what I'm saying. It has its own development. Most of the communities around Chicago were either annexed into Chicago or developed as a result of the big city. And so we're going to get on Sheridan. Sheridan will take us into, we're getting into like college-related stuff as we go here. Oh yeah, this is that lighthouse that lady was talking about, the light station. Yeah, there's a light station. I think I could take a right here on red. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So this should take us down through some of the, I believe some of the frats and all that up along here and that kind of stuff, and some of the buildings, classroom buildings. There's summer school here, I'm sure. Lots of lovely ladies walking around. That's always a good thing. And this is Lincoln, not the Lincoln Avenue in Chicago. This is another street, runs east-west here in Evanston. The Patton Gymnasium here, the Patton Gym. It's not the main gym, I don't think, for basketball. I don't follow the basketball much, but there's, to hear these are like frat homes. I'm not a frat kind of guy, but this is what they did. I remember doing a gig here. It was a weird sound gig that I did in one of these frats here. Yeah. Well, we're talking 80s for that one. But this is kind of just through the general outer campus, you might say. I guess this is slow in here. There's some construction happening there. But we're one of the traditional buildings here. Another one. Over here. Much you can see through the trees. Wish I had time to get out and explore a little bit more, but there's a lot of the classroom buildings in here and part of the university. You can maybe see some of the older buildings here. Moving ahead. I'm guessing this is kind of Northwestern housing on the right. Or student housing, in fact, maybe faculty too, I don't know. And here we come through. Okay, this is going to take us into Evanston. Right there are some more old buildings from the school. So we're kind of like, school's kind of melding with Evanston in a way where it kind of like turns into just basic residential and then other businesses, but we still have Northwestern University buildings here as we come down this street. This is Sheridan Road. Sheridan Road runs along the North Shore. It's not a highway or anything at any point. It just winds up along pretty close to the lakefront. It goes through all those northern North Shore suburbs. And once it gets north of Evanston here, going out, where we got this Hardy House Debate Society. I should go in there, knock on the door, and start debating about anything. I'll debate anybody about anything. May not win the debate, but we'll have a good time doing it. Okay, it's actually pretty nice. It's warm. It's hot in relative to Chicago. It's probably 90 degrees out there. That's not too humid, not overly humid, but we're going to be crossing into downtown Evanston right here. Like I said, it kind of melds right into it. And it's a nice area. I really like this. And part of Illinois, you might say northern Illinois. I hate calling it part of Chicago. It's not Chicago. This is Evanston. It's its own world. Like I said, like Oak Park's its own world too. So, but yeah, this is a good, if you're going to drive one street through Evanston to kind of see a bit of the university and a bit of, but I am going to try to get towards the lake. So I'm going to take a lake. You would think that lake would go to the lake, right? Lake Street. This Lake Street will go out and we'll go into Glenview and some of the north burbs that are east of Evanston. Glenview would be just south of Northbrook. That's where the original Dr. Carr Recording Studios was, in Glenview. And then he moved it out to Northbrook. So we're just waiting on this light. Take this left. There's a church over here. This one person is waiting around for Godot. I'm going to see if I can get by here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, Lakeshore Historic District is what they call this. I just saw a sign. So we're in the historic district. Okay. Some nice homes. This is interesting. I like this. That's cool. First Congregational Church. I just saw a sign for that. Is what this church is to our left. And it's purdy here. It's a purdy place. Yeah. Nice summer day to ride through Evanston. And we're getting pretty close to the lake. Sheridan is pretty close to the lake. So we're going to go to the lake front, and there'll be a park area near the lake. So we're going to see where lake ends here. I don't know if I've ever been where lake ends. So there is no right turn, so we're going to turn left here. And there's Lake Michigan off in the distance. There's parking over there for the lake, but if you're coming from the south, you can park for the park. We're not going to park, we're just going to take a look at it. It's beautiful here. Right there, the lake out in the distance. Not good park here. Stop. I'm going to keep on rolling and get back towards. I figured I'd just get to the lake. I like being by the lake as much as I can. Anyway, how to figure out how to make this move to turn around. I guess there's a pool here. This is called the Arrington Lakefront Lagoon. And I think I could take a left here. It doesn't say I can't. I'm going to shut this off so I can figure this out. Okay, got out of that. I've doubled back a little bit, but instead of going to Sheridan, I'm taking this block, this is the block before Sheridan. It's kind of little more residential homes. It's a party or ride. So you can kind of see the historic district here, Lakefront Historic District. This is interesting. Right here, I like this. The porch is upstairs. That's southern. Oh, I got a guy to the right of me riding on a bicycle. God, careful here. We're on the Amazon truck. Boycott Amazon. They're evil. That's my political statement for the day. I'll probably have a few more later during the show tonight. We'll see. We'll take this a few more blocks down and get back over to Sheridan and ride it down into the city and see if I can find a place to go do laundry real quick. I did talk to Joe, meeting him at 6:30 at Chicago Kalbi Korean restaurant. So, yeah. More beautiful porch areas here. Got more bikers coming down here. I don't even know what street I'm on. Forest is to our left, meaning we're heading south. Forest is to the east. Sheridan is to the right. I think we're going to go back over to Sheridan. That was Judson. We're going to go on Greenleaf, back west. West on Greenleaf. And we'll go back to Sheridan. Oh, speed bump! So, cross one more street. I think the next one back, we'll be back on Sheridan heading south. So I'll pick it up as we get rolling again. She just took this left, and this is Chicago. Different Chicago. This is a Chicago Avenue that heads north in Evanston. I remember there was a music venue right in here somewhere, and somebody reopened it. I wish I knew more about it. I have to look more into it. It was on Chicago, I think. Could have been at near this corner here, if I'm not mistaken. This is more towards Dempster. This newspaper stand here is somewhat iconic. Chicago, Maine newsstand. We're actually not in Chicago. We still are in Evanston here. Howard Street is the divider between Chicago and Evanston. We're a little bit north of there. But this is Main Street and Chicago in Evanston. Kind of just south of downtown Evanston here. And a little stretch. And I think this might be where it was. Let me see if I can pick up something here, like a sign that looks like it might have been. If I had my old brain, I would have remembered the name of the space that we used to go to all the time. But, I don't know. It was in like a little complex. It might be at the next slide. I don't know. There's a brewery, Sketchbook Brewery. We kind of had a T in the road here from another street coming in. And to our right are the train tracks. I believe that's the Metro. Or is that, unless that's the Howard Street out. That might be the L. This might be the complex I'm thinking about that was here. Well, but I'm not sure. Don't let me confuse you. Anyway, this will roll. Chicago will roll for a while. We'll eventually get into Chicago Avenue. I think it's an avenue. And this will go into Chicago proper. Yeah, I think pretty much all the business district of Evanston and all that is done. Over a couple more lights. This is South Boulevard in Evanston still. And then I think the next light might be Howard. Another cemetery here. That's pretty fancy. Some of these little mausoleum things. Old school. Cavalry Catholic Cemetery. And still to the right are the tracks. I think that's the Metro. They look like regular train tracks that run along here. And this might be where, this is where the L's end, right here. The L stop here to our left, right before the cemetery. And I'm going to get some gas here. I need gas. And this, believe it or not, 5.10 regular cash is about the cheapest you're going to get around town nowadays. Okay, we are at Howard. That gas station is about a block north of Howard. Just across the city line. Yeah, mostly gas has been around anywhere between 5.30 and 5.60. That's kind of per gallon. I'm thinking about just going straight for a while here. I've got a crossroads here where I can take a right if I want. I might. I think I'm gonna. I'm gonna take a right. So we're gonna go Howard West. Howard runs east-west, bordering. It'll be Evanston on the right, Chicago on the left. Been a long time since I've been through this area or any. If I would have went straight, it'd be a long time for that one too. But anyway, I just thought this would be. That might get a little busy. The closer you get to the lake, the more traffic you're going to get. Kind of, that's a general rule. Here on Howard, I can get out to Pulaski, which is the Kalbi's not far off Pulaski. I can take that in. But so as we go here, I'm going to pass probably my favorite pizza place. I know I went to Melinati's, and that's one of my favorites too. I got about 3 or 4 of them, but this was also always a place to stop if I was up on the north side. And they changed owners and everything, so I haven't been there since I can't remember. About 10 years ago, I remember my sister and I went back in 2010. Stopped there, but we'll be hitting that. That'll be a little ways down. That's near California. This is Ridge. Okay, Ridge kind of is a odd street. It kind of angles barely, but it runs north and south mainly, and it runs into Evanston through there. And there's it's a good way to get if you're on the north side and you want to get into Evanston. There's not too much traffic on the Ridge normally in normal hours. But Howard Street. Outside of that, there was a place. It was the second location of a coffee house that was in Wrigleyville, and I'm trying to remember the name of it. Maybe we'll pass by and we'll see the name. Up to the left, we got the light here. Okay. And I'm not sure where that was. But we placed the fish keg on the left here. I don't know if you can see it. That's another one. You could say 70 years strong, it just said. So they've been there for 70 years. So coming through here to the left. Let me see. We should be coming up on like Western. Pretty close. This is Asbury goes north, south is Western. Now Western turns into Asbury in Evanston. So I could have taken Western south if I wanted to, but I won't. I'm just going to cruise on Howard for a little bit. Nothing too exciting on Howard. We get to California being the next busy street past Western. Western is 2,400. Now I'm back on the grid thing where I can anticipate. And Western 24, California 2800 west. And when we get to the next light, if these guys will move, it's rush hour. Rush, buddy. Okay. There's typical shit here. IHOP, Drunken Donuts. There's a Dollar Tree in there. If I was in a better position, I'd try to stop in there and get some ice. Usually gives me ice at the Fort Treys at the end, if I can make it that far, which I can. I don't have anything that's perishable, really, right now in the cooler. Yeah, as you see, this is kind of pretty much middle class, working class, kind of right here. Ranch homes like that are very typical. It's the kind of home that I grew up in. Got a bunch of them here, this kind of thing. And yeah, there's Gulliver's. That's what I wanted to keep this on for. Over here to the left, you can see it. World famous pizza in the pan. I love their pizza. American and Mexican dining too, so I don't know who took it over, but anyway, I think that, does it say for sale? Yeah, it might be closed now. Damn. But, all right, I am going to, I bet you I can find a laundromat on Pulaski, so I'm going to get to there. So I'm going to shut this thing off and pick everybody up as I get closer to Kalbi later or laundry. Okay, actually, I turned south on Crawford. Crawford actually is Pulaski, turns into Pulaski. They decided to change the name to Crawford for some reason. We're in Lincolnwood, so maybe it's when they hit the suburb of Lincolnwood. So Chicago kind of gives way to Lincolnwood for a little while here. Skokie is the other suburb that here as you go further west. So north of Howard is Skokie, south is, so I'm at Toohey, starting to get into towards Chicago again. But it'll turn into Pulaski if it hasn't already. It's Crawford, still Crawford, maybe at Peterson or something. It'll turn into Pulaski again, but it's kind of residential in this area, but it'll start. Once we get to hit Chicago, I'm going to look for a laundromat right in there. Oop. Some guy wants to pass me. I've got a bike on the right. This guy in the, what is that logo? Is an asshole. He saw that I was pulling left, making room for the bicycle, and he wants to fucking pass me. Okay, I'll remember you, CZ. What is that? A Scion? I forgot what whatever those cars are. I've seen those before. Anyway, there's assholes everywhere. So we're at Pratt and Crawford. Devon. I bet you Devon is where everything changes again. I bet you that's it. All right, I put my tablet on a GPS to find a laundromat. There is one on Pulaski coming down this way, so 4,900, so that'd be just north of Lawrence. This is Devon, so I think this should turn into Pulaski for at least. Yes, it does. So we're off of Crawford and went on to Pulaski.
Continue on North Pulaski Road for 2 miles.
2 miles, she says. Lady Google. This is how you pass a cyclist here. You just it's hard to give a whole lot of room, but you slow down past the cyclist. And do not pass when somebody's trying to get that cyclist some room. A little lesson in rules of the road. Share the road, as they say. This guy, he's not gonna, okay, there you go. So yeah, it'll be boring here, I think, until I hit, get to the laundromat. The laundromat should be boring as well. They're supposed to be boring. So, yeah, they got this thing around Chicago here, speed limit photo enforced. That's computers arresting you, basically. Computers saying that you're violating the law. Photo enforced lights, too. We had red light cameras, what we call red light cameras in Houston, and we voted them out. So Chicago's doesn't have it. Uh-oh. My GPS freaked out on me. Where's it? What's it saying, dude? On. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to have to check that out. I found a laundromat here. The original one it didn't have any AC. It was crowded. It was nasty. I found another one here on Evanston Avenue, not too far. I'm not too far from where I need to be at 6:30. It's about 5:25. So I decided I'm going to change strings on my guitar. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm taking this time. There's 6 minutes left on that. I should at least have the strings on by that time and get them in the dryer. Excitement in Chicago on a Friday evening. All right, well, I got the strings changed. A bunch of clothes in the dryer. Just did a small load. This is where I'm at. It's at Evanston. This is Evanston. Evanston's one of those angle streets. And Leland. Actually, Marlon lives on Leland. If you would go all the way down to Western Avenue, but we are quite a bit further west of Western. Anyway, that's what's happening. It's about making good time. It's about 5:40. It should be done here in 20 minutes and take me about 10 minutes to get to Kalbi's. Always watching paint dry. Like watching paint dry. That's the old joke, I guess. All right. This is typical when you got the angle street. You'll have this kind of configuration where you're not sure which way to go, but I think this was right. I need to get back to Lawrence. I was on that angle. These streets kind of twist a bit. So yeah, this is Lawrence. Okay, I'll be there early. I'll be there 5 minutes early. Unless I hit a lot of this traffic coming through here. It looks pretty good. If I can sneak my way in here. All right, yeah, I shouldn't have spoke too soon. Traffic is backing up. Always does to Pulaski on Lawrence here. But this area is kind of real smorgasbord of ethnic varieties of various delis and stuff. Right now, you'll have Muslims and Jews living together here in harmony, along with Koreans and Vietnamese and a lot of Asian folk. I just passed like a Jewish kind of sausage company. And there was Alibaba. I wonder what the hell this is. Alibaba's. It's a restaurant, I guess. Of course, you got your Dunkin' Donuts. And yeah, we're not too far from the light up here. I pulled up here across from Kalbi's. Is right there. The guys in front of me here, they got enough room to. We're loading. It's kind of a It says wholesale AP, wholesale cookware and kitchenware. I'm in front of a kind of an auto parts store, like a little mini alternator starters. I don't know what the heck that is. It looks pretty nasty in there, but hey, man, those sometimes are the best places. Okay, it's right near OK Trading Group. I don't know what the cops are looking for. Cops are buzzing, but I don't know. I think I'm legal. I'm gonna go out and ask. Yeah, it is. They have this kind of pay. They have a privatized parking thing. I guess you gotta. They send money out to Arizona first, and then it comes back here. They get their cut. But anyway, this is Lawrence Avenue at Hamlin. That's where basically where Kalbi is, just east of there. And I'm at the front door. I'm going to call Joe to make sure he's on his way. Right. Joe's finishing up here. He had his big Golgi is actually what he had, not Kalbi. Or is that Kalbi? I don't know. One or the other. This is barbecued meat. I had my bibimbap and cleaned my plate. Yeah, so we're right at the end here. This is what Chicago Kalbi looks like inside. They got the little boots, and you can do that. So yeah, we're wrapping it up, and we'll be heading towards Treys, man. It's gonna be a hell of a night. Joe's playing golf tomorrow, so he's psyching up. He's getting psyched up for his golf game. Joe's a good golfer, man. What did you say your average is now?
85.
What's that?
85.
85, man. That's great. That's good stuff for a former duffer. You know, he's got it going on now. He's hitting the ball straight, and he's playing regular.
On the green and two.
And on the green and two.
Long time.
Wow. Just to improve the putting, I guess.
Good putter.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Good
Yeah.
pitcher.
Yeah. So weather's been good actually overall.
Yeah.
Today it wasn't too humid. It got up to 90. Tomorrow it's going to be a little more humid, a little more, but a little sweat never hurt anybody. Anyway, okay, we're going to wrap it up here at Kalbi and move ahead. Move out to the street in a little bit, and we'll see you later. Okay, took the turn off of Damon. Rode down Lawrence to Damon, and now we're at Damon South. It's like by the L tracks here. This has always been a nice little area. I remember going to this Siam place to the left here. It's a Thai joint. It's pretty good. Last time I was in town, we went there. And, so Damon is kind of residential, but one of those residential main drags. But the corners there's stuff on various corners that are regular businesses now. We're at Wilson, 4600 North. Okay, with this,
I wouldn't make anything on Pornhub with y'all, so.
we have somebody taking a movie of the band, and then I'm taking a movie of the guy taking the movie of the band. Is somebody taking a movie of me? Joe, take a movie.
Now
of
we're
me.
taking
Movies of each other.
CIA is taking a movie of you.
Oh yeah, they got all this already.
Got me in there?
Yeah, they've already hacked into my shit.
How do I look? That's it. That's what I can't tell.
This is for the national security
this is from
state.
the 80s. We didn't. This camera doesn't have that ability.
We got Mark in the back there. Say hello, Mark. Mark's going to be bartending all night, man. He's going to be cranking it out. And we got some fabulous regulars at the bar here, hanging out, and they're going to be rocking and rolling any minute now.
There's a universal song travels
Cause each every key says we're here but not for long. Then we're fading memory. We're fading memory. So stand up, raise your eye to the universal song. To the sound of passing by. There's a universal song. Come on now, don't be shy. Ten voices clear and strong. If I were the blue tail fly, tell me what I say. Well, me. There's a universal song. Call right now, baby. There's a tick rhythm. Universal song. Oh, did we got it right? We sometimes get it wrong. It's a very simple thing. In so many words, you came there for half time. Better listen to the birds. There's a universal song. There's a universal song. Now I'm a no-count girl. Once drove a service truck in well, I did too. He met good park around the restless street. I wish the good old Colonel somehow wanted to me. There's a mighty good about labels, close from a universal song. I try to teach everyone, but it did not take too long. Take down your information and get right back to you. Cost me $1.50, I'll get it free. There's a universal song. 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 There's a universal song.
Follow, but we're gonna have to do something to do it. So this, I think, will be a good one. This song's called "A Thirst for Gasoline."
Uncle Sam grew strong and tall, big and bad at me. He fanned the flames of industry to fuel the American dream. He sent his children across the world to mine the bubbling crude. In the name of God and freedom, the oil wars ensued. Dick and George were rest assured of what their course would bring when they seized the opportunity to depose an oil king. The citizens Jews to pay for gas instead of food, to sell it on, bill for more, and push it on the fools. So back at home, the children ride in oversized machines. The bigger is the fatter now is me. And the tanks are almost empty. You can hear the curdling screams of the children left to wander by with a thirst for gasoline. George declared his subjects were addicted to the crude. Well, all along behind the scenes is oil, but is drool.
The citizens will choose to pay for gas instead of food. So sell it all, drill for more, and push it on the fools. Sell it all, drill for more, and push it on the fools. So back at home, the children riding oversized machines. Bigger was the fatter more than lean. And the tanks are almost empty. Well, you can hear the curdling screams of the children left to wander by with the thirst for gasoline. Set by His Majesty did not go down as planned. Supplies from the refinery fell well behind demand. And as war returned to madness, the oil could not flow. So the good old boys, they raised the price so profits could still grow. So blame the OPEC nations for those dirty, rotten fiends. Blame the Motown monarchs who created those machines. Blame the king and all his men that they even have a clue. But leave some blame for the ignorant, the likes of me and you. See, we should have seen it coming. We should have backed away. We should have curbed our vices when we saw the hell we pay. We drove ourselves into this ditch with blinders firmly on. We dropped the ball, burned it all, now the gasoline is gone. We dropped the ball, burned it all, now the gasoline is gone. Back at home, the children sitting oversized machines. The bigger was the fatter now is lean. And the tanks are all on empty. You can hear the curdling screams of the children left to wander by with the thirst for gasoline. The children left to wander by with the thirst for gasoline. With the thirst for gasoline. With the thirst for gasoline.
Oh yeah, it's hailing.
We got hail here. That's very unusual. Yeah, this is in the hail city. But we got some hail coming down.
Wow.
And yeah, hopefully they're not going to be too big. And
No, I'm trying to get that.
no, they're not.
Talk to Emily Walls Monday.
Yeah, nobody predicted this, huh? So, yep.
Can't have these things there.
They're not. All right, just loaded Marlin out, and he pulled away. I'm walking back. He was down the block, parked. But leaving the Fort Treys and leaving Chicago right now. I'm going to get to my car. I got lucky and got a spot out right out in front. So goodbye, Fort Treys. We'll see you next time. It is about 1 o'clock. We played till midnight. And we'll see you down the road.
Saturdays on the road. 30 days on the road. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, drove across town, north to south. I'm way on the south side again. Here at Pilot, I believe 128th and Kedzie. So I'm probably gonna grab some sleep here and see what happens tomorrow. Obviously, the gig's at night. I got a Finnegan's Pub, fine place. They've had some good ones there, good times. Just drinking a Diet 7 up here. And relaxing a little bit in the, I guess you might call it the lobby. There's an Arby's here that's closed. They don't have any hot dogs here. They don't have I think I got some packaged sandwiches and light bread and stuff like that. But I'm kind of hungry. I don't know if I'm gonna. I had a couple Slim Jims, jerky, so I had that. Anyway, that's where I'm at. And then heading into Indiana tomorrow. And let you know about that. Yeah, actually got kind of woken up here about 6 o'clock. It's some heavy duty rain. Maybe kind of see the windows as I'm sitting in the van here. I don't know that one, but I usually crack the windows a bit, especially when I know it's going to be hot tomorrow. And anyway, but yeah, probably should have left them closed. But yeah, it was starting to get wet especially on the south side, which is to the left here. But anyway, starting to let up a little bit, but it was pretty severe for a while here. Crazy. Wasn't real windy, but it was windy enough to and wet enough to kind of. Oh, there you go. That's some heavy duty thunder, lightning and thunder. The rain's kind of stopping. We'll see if that stays that way, or if it's going to rain some more. But actually, like everywhere in the States, pretty much everybody needs rain except for a few spots. But anyway, well, I'm going to try to sleep again. Well, I had no idea it was going to be this cool today. It is Saturday, July 22. I think that's right. Yeah, the rain came through, and for some reason, the Chicago forecast was 92 as a high today. It's already about 11 o'clock. What is it, about a little after 11 a.m.? And it's pretty cool down here. And I'm on the far south side. This is actually in Calumet City. There is a LA Fitness not too far from here, and I'm going to go hit that, get myself rolling. First going to go in here and at least get a quick Polish shower, as we call it. Just kind of wash my face and comb my hair and maybe brush my teeth and things like that. It's going to be an uninteresting kind of, hopefully, I hope it's uninteresting afternoon coming up. Just take care of some stuff. I'm going to take a look at the van and check fluids and that. I mean, I've been checking along the way. Hopefully all is well. The tires so far, no indication that anything's leaking. I'm not sure what that was with the rear tires. Like I said, maybe it's something when I hit that speed bump, that nasty speed bump, Who knows? But yeah, it was last night. I'm checking in here, and it did get wet near the windows that I cracked. So I thought it was just on the one side, but on the other side, I noticed there's some wet getting there. Nothing drastic, but just stuff has to dry out a little bit. Rain has stopped, pretty much. There's been here and there drizzle. I like that it's overcast. Obviously, it keeps it cooler in the van. So yeah, this is kind of a downtime that I'm going to take just maybe make a few phone calls to some people back home, and a couple more people still here that I hadn't seen, and move on into Indiana this evening. Oh yeah, correction. It is July 23, Saturday, July 23. Well, I got lucky here. I headed to an LA Fitness here on Cicero near 120th Street. I think this is LSIP. I know it's the Mount Greenwood area. It's like, it could be either Chicago or LSIP, I guess. Not that familiar with this part of town. We played at Mount Greenwood at the Firewater. I remember it was a year and a half ago or something. But anyway, I was lucky enough that there was a Dollar Tree. I actually Googled the Dollar Tree, and it was in the same area as here, so they're across the street from each other. And they did have ice. I got some ice, and heading in to get a sauna, maybe get on a treadmill for a while and get myself back rolling. So yeah. Well, I was in working out for about an hour and a half, came out and the sun came on. It's heating up pretty significant, so we're probably mid-80s right now. Well, yeah, it looks like it's going to be by about 5 or 6. It'll probably be in the 90s here. A little bit of humidity, so that front coming through was not a cold front. Kind of fooled us there for a while. Yeah, and I just checked the car. I figured I was in for an hour and a half, so it cooled off a little bit, and oil's good, and levels are antifreeze good or whatever. So I don't know what else I could check. Tires are good, and yeah, so far it's been it's running fine. And I thought it'd take a minute to. I'm the other entity that is traveling here too. So health-wise, I'm feeling decent. Getting sleep is the issue when you're on these kinds of. I'm sleeping in different places, different times. Sometimes, especially this trip, I had to get up early, like 7 o'clock twice, and that's not me, and that kind of throws you off. So I was kind of dragging my ass for a couple days in there. Coming up soon, the 26th of this month, which is just a few days, I will celebrate my 7th month anniversary of having my triple bypass surgery, which was a pain in the ass. It took me a little while, about a month, to get moving again at all. And, I've been pretty good about getting in the gym. One of the things is I normally would go to the gym anyway. That's kind of me. I'm a jock. I've always there have been periods in my life when I fucked up, but usually I'm trying to stay in some reasonable shape. Heart problems kind of run in the family. Bad diet runs in the family. So I've actually been pretty good over the years. I went on a low carb a few times, and when I got checked, my heart was good. Then I think those 3 years of running the business were kind of slowed me down a little bit. Stress, before I went into business, I had no gray hair, and it came out half gray. So, anyways, but overall, yeah, I've been moving pretty good. My singing is actually, even my lungs have always been good. Even before I had the heart issues, or during that time, I was feeling that I was singing well. My lungs were backing up real well and supporting my breath and that. And after you have an operation like that, a bypass operation, I wasn't aware, but they said it's typical that your lungs will collect some fluid, shrink a little bit, and there's just from the trauma of it all, and the fluid that builds up, so they have to drain. There was a lot of, I had tubes. If you saw my chest, there's like little scars from where they put the tubes, and obviously I got the big slice and all that. But draining the fluid, getting out of the lungs and all that, and that's all good. But I don't think my lungs are 100% back yet. I'm feeling at times I feel I don't have the length. I can't hold notes as long. I can't. I feel like I have to take more breaths at times. My timing of my breaths is a little bit off still, but I'm singing well. Still my tone is good and all that. So it's just a matter of continuing to get better breath support, and I'll do so. I walk on the treadmill every day, except when I walked downtown the other day, probably walked about 6-7 miles. I'm guessing, going back and forth through Grant Park and around downtown and even just up the stairs for the L trains and all that. So I probably put on 6 to 7 miles, which is pretty good. I was kind of sore the next day a little bit, not overly, but anyway. So yeah, I'm holding up pretty well. Just I got to keep trying to get sleep. It's going to be tough with the heat. Looked like I was anticipating here, obviously a real hot drive back down to Houston. Little by little, I'm going to hang in Indianapolis for almost 2 days. We'll probably do the same thing. Go to that. It won't be the hippie jam. It's going to be a bluegrass jam that they got at the Mousetrap on Sunday. And Mark's going to meet me there again as of tentatively right now. We've kind of decided on that. And then Monday, same thing over at the Irving Theater. I'm sure it'll be a great time over there as well. And it's supposed to be kind of warm, but not too bad in Indy. But when I start heading south into Nashville and beyond and Memphis and that, it's looking like it's going to be mid to upper 90s. And I'm going to have to drive during the day so that I can sleep. There's no way I'm going to be able to sleep in the van during the day with that kind of heat. So I get a little bit, if it gets down into the upper 70s, I can at least take a nap. But Wednesday will be a power drive. I'll do most of my driving Wednesday. Planning, I will definitely have to be in sometime Wednesday night. Got a gig Thursday in Houston. So that's kind of a report on my health in general. I'm doing okay here on this trip. Moving into, I'm gonna just start right now to get little by little go into Indiana. I might stop to get something at like a Jewel or if they have a Mariana's. Either way, that kind of a thing, and get, I think, some meat, some lunch meat. I got some bread. I got some sourdough bread I bought in Chicago a few days back, and I'm gonna make a couple. Well, so I have on the road. I could make some quick sandwiches and that. Well, yeah. That's life in the independent music scene on the road, at least mine. I'm moving on to Indiana.